Yeah, I think that just gets trickier as you get older too. Like just
Yeah.
being an adult, it's like everything gets like more appointment.
Yeah.
That's why I miss like it's like you never know when you're in like high school and college and stuff like that those are gonna be like the greatest times because everybody is just there.
Yeah. Yeah. You're going to bump into factor of a college campus, right? You might just bump into somebody on the way to the calf or something. Yeah. That's totally different because you're all enclosed like a community. It's like a cult almost. Like you're living on this, this stockade thing.
Yeah, dude, that's one thing. It's like, but you don't realize that when you're there. Like, I remember whenever I was like graduating high school, or whatever, I was like, thank God I'm graduating. But then you don't realize that like 10 years later, you'd do anything to go back and have one big full day of high school.
Yeah, for sure. But there was some people you were looking forward to getting rid of too. That was the bad part, right? That's the other side of it. Like, you're like, I cannot wait till I don't have to see this person again.
Like the ROTC guys were really at our school they kind of acted like they were like a gang sort of or whatever. Like those guys with the wooden guns, you'd see them after school or whatever.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't even have like the part of the gun that like had the bullets in it or something. They would just have like.
It's like a glorified stick.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
It was the right shape of a stick.
Yeah. And they would be running through the halls like yelling different quadrants at each other and shit.
Doing this stuff, hand signaling. You're like, guys, I'm getting to algebra. Get out of my way.
Dude.
Yeah, we didn't have RTC at our school, but we definitely had different cliques because I went to an all-boy Catholic high school. So an all-boy school definitely had like a different type of like clique setup kind of thing where you had your jocks and your mathletes, which I was a proud leader of.
Were you?
Yeah, math guy. Yeah, so I was like geeky, but I was a bowler. We talked about this just quickly. I was on the bowling team and stuff, so it was like a different thing. But then humor, like once people found you were funny in high school and you're with all dudes, I think it's a different thing. I think it's like, and then people like want to be around you and having fun. So once my humor started coming out, it was a different animal.
That was so much fun.
Yeah.
Dude, being funny in high, that was like I think that's what it was too, because you always had an audience around. You always had like, everybody was right there. So you could make so many jokes and references and like you'd see each other in the hallway in between classes. And that was the weirdest thing because you had like 1 second where you were passing your buddy in the hallway and you got to just
you got a drive by. Yeah,
dude.
I was known for pratfalling in high school, so I used to pratfall into my Spanish class every day, and Mrs. Alonzo, my teacher, always thought it was this guy Mike Irving that was tripping me, and she would always give him detention on it. He was like, dude, you have to stop, it wasn't me. And I was like, oh, he tripped me, like that. So when I got my diploma, my mom knew that I was big, and my mom was always like, you had to be respectful. So I'm getting my diploma, and everybody's like, trip. Like they all want me to fall on stage. And my mother like threatened my life. She's like, if you trip on stage, you're done. I was like, all right, I can't make my mom mad. So I don't get it. Then I surprisingly get an award. I got an award. They were giving out these awards. And one of them was, some of and I look at my father and he goes, and I went up and when I went to get the award on stage, I bit it and I like fell off the stage. The place went absolutely nuts. It was so funny. I was like, that's the reason why I won that award. So I could have my moment.
Yeah. That's class, bro.
Yeah, I love that.
That shit was so much fun, man.
You think about just. Do you have friends from high school anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah, that you keep in touch with?
Yep, I still got actually a pretty decent amount. I've always done a good job of like trying to call and connect every now and then and just see what's up, with folks, but or definitely from high school and so I keep in contact pretty decently with some of them.